Hey guys, so today we're going to be talking about SPACs and my take on four of the great ones in my opinion. There's many more. This year, 2020, has been a great year for SPACs. SPACs is a special purpose acquisition company. Basically, they take companies that are private, already in operations, public. It's a quicker and easier way to go public, to go IPO, initial public offering, than to go the traditional route. And in this year, it's been really popular. So the four we're going to be focusing on, which I think are great, are FMCI, which is my favorite, GRAF, SHLL, and LCA. Okay, so just to give you an example of two this year which were highly successful, NKLA, which used to be VTIQ, and DKNG. Those two were just crazy success. If you look at DKNG, if you look at their stock, this is the kind of thing it did, right? Oh no, that's 2018, 19. Yeah. So you look at the surge there, right? This was just a year ago, and we're talking about, it says $50. Just a year ago was like less than $1, and then it went to about $10 range here, as you can see. And since this point, it's just gone. I mean, that's crazy. That's like that's just crazy. That's a 400-500% return on investment within a few months. Another one is NKLA, which was VTIQ. If you look at that, again, special purpose acquisition company, VTIQ. It was about March. It used to, at this point, it was still VTIQ. I remember in March, and about this time, I can't remember precisely now, but I think it was about this time that in May that the merger or the IPO took place, and it became NKLA. And you can see very quickly it grew by from the 10s to the 30s, and then from the 30s to the 90s, right? And now it's dropping, and I'm not surprised it's dropping from there, because at the moment they really just have a prototype and there's not even any sales yet. And a lot of this was hype, although they do have a good idea. And NKLA is basically electric trucks, hybrid trucks, these kind of products. So it's a great idea, but you can see how well the stock exploded. In fact, I just recalled another one, KCAC, which was just from last week. Last Thursday, it went public, I believe. It was Thursday. And I remember, because last Thursday and Friday were market sell-offs. Like a lot of the tech and pretty much most of the stocks most of the stocks in America, almost American stocks, dropped by anything between 10 to 25%, average between 15 and 20% drop in like pretty much like all the tech stocks and a lot of stocks basically. And this one launched during that drop, and it still grew by more than 100% in 2 days. You can see it launched IPO here at about $10, and then it went up in 2 days to 25, 20, even more, 20, beyond 25. So that's more than 100% within 2 days. This is one of these acquisition companies as well. Emerged and then went IPO, and big time. So these are the ones that's already happened, but now we're going to be focusing on the ones that hasn't happened, right? FMCI, I've been eyeing this one since about 4 or 5 months ago, since April, May time. Yeah. GRAF and LCA, these are quite new ones to me. I've only just sort of noticed them a couple of weeks ago. SHLL, about a month now, I've sort of known this one. And so FMCI is my favorite, right? Let's just take a look at this FMCI stock, right? Already it's operating. See, I noticed it back in about May time, about $10, and right now it's already at the highest high. It was $27. So that's already a 150%, more than 150% return on investment. Although I personally didn't make that much. I made about 50, maybe to 75% of it, because I didn't hold it. I traded, I bought and sold. So I kind of started here and I sold about here. I started again here and I sold here. I bought here and I sold here. I've basically traded this one 5-6 times already, but very soon I think I'm going to buy and just hold it, because the merger will take place. The merger with TTCF, Tattooed Chef, will take place in October, anticipated early October. And when that happens, I wouldn't be surprised at all if the stock went above $50. It wouldn't even surprise me if very quickly it went above $100 within the next few months. So if you just look at Tattooed Chef, this is their website. So basically, Tattooed Chef is a plant-based meat alternative food company. They have been operating privately for some time, and their sales are growing. They're not just like an NKLA kind of company that just has a prototype. They actually have a business that's operating, that's making good sales and growing sales consistently. Especially this year, 2020, the first 6 months of this year has been the best in terms of sales for this company ever. And the product range, just take a look at their website. Go onto Yahoo Finance, go onto Yahoo Finance, go onto Finviz and check out FMCI market cap, and check out the market caps and other information using those two sources I just told you. It's a brilliant company, and the closest competitor I can think of for them is BYND, which is Beyond Meat. Beyond Meat stock. This company went IPO about, this is annoying, see when this indicator thing's on, it just, take it off, it just messes up the whole display. Right, here we go. So this Beyond Meat launched IPO about here, let's just say $50. Within 2 months, stock price went to about 240. So that's a 400-500% return on investment. And FMCI is very similar to this, if not better. In my opinion, FMCI is an even better company than this. I've been eyeing FMCI since about May time, and it's one of my favorites. It's brilliant. There was a time that I even dipped, and some of my friends and some of the people I recommended may have had some doubts and they were going to sell, but I said no, hold it. It's cheap as hell. Buy more. It's just a great company, FMCI. So that's FMCI, and I couldn't speak more of it. This is one of those companies I'm going to go in and at least 10k with investment. About 10k, I think I'll go in FMCI. And then we have GRAF. If you look at GRAF again, this year the SPAC companies, special purpose acquisition companies, have been doing fantastic. This is GRAF. Look at this one. Let's look at more recent. Here we go. See this? This is more recent, right? This is June 2020. Nothing happened. It was worth $10, and then by July it was worth $25, and then it dipped quite a big time, and then now it's worth $35. Again, this one I wouldn't be surprised if it went above $50. GRAF. So they're going to be working with LiDAR technology. So LiDAR Tech. I can't actually. What's the name of that company? Let's just do GRAF merger with Velodyne. Yes, Velodyne. Yeah, Velodyne. So, they are merging with Velodyne, which who make LiDAR technology. You should take a look at their website, take a look at the product. It's fantastic. It's basically driverless vehicles, self-driving cars, and automatic and robotic products that basically is a sensor that can sense its surroundings. I know that Tesla is working on a similar technology. It's different than LiDAR, but that doesn't mean it could be competition, but equally two of them could launch at the same time. They're both brilliant technologies. LiDAR technology, so driverless cars. So again, take a look into it yourself. They've raised this much money. just look at the website as well. The product's amazing. So that one at the moment is crazy high actually, and RSI is a bit high. So I'm waiting for the RSI to drop a bit, retrace a bit. I don't think it's going to retrace much, but just a bit, and then I'm going to jump in and I'll probably just hold. Again, this is one of those I'll go in sizable investment with. And then the next one we have SHLL. I have to make this quite quick now because video needs to be under 15 minutes. SHLL is going to merge with Helion. Helion is electric trucks, hybrid and electric trucks, a bit like sort of NKLA idea. I wouldn't be surprised if SHLL stock went above $100 when the merger takes place, and I think it's already set for the 28th of this month. Hiya. So it's set for the 28th of this month, the merger date. So you can see here in June it was worth $10 a share, and went up to 35 by June, dropped a bit, and then it went from 20 up to 60. Oh well, at the high of nearly 60. So again, that's just incredible. And I think it's a good, Helion's already got electric trucks in working progress, so I think it's another great company. And lastly, we got LCA, which I think is good, and the share price is actually still pretty cheap, about 18 at the moment, $18. RSI just a wee bit high, so I think I will wait for, ideally I want to wait for a little bit of a retrace before I go in. Again, sizable investment. I don't think as big of an investment as FMCI. That's my favorite, and that one I'm going to go in like the biggest. But the rest of the three I'll go in a bit each as well. Not too small either, will be sizable. Again, if you have a look at this, was trading at $10 in June, went to about 17, came down and went to 19, roughly 18, 19, high at a high, 19. Yeah, so they are merging with Golden Nuggets, which is online casino, online gaming, which is pretty hot topic at the moment, especially with COVID around. You know, this could be big. You know, more and more people are actually using online casinos at the moment, especially with all the lockdowns and COVID in play. So it's quite a hot area just now, and I think COVID will stay around for at least the rest of this year and into the next year, 2021. I have no doubt it'll still be around. The way things are going, so this could be another good one. So yeah, these SPAC companies, as you see, even before the merger takes place, they already made, we're talking 100% plus return on investment on all four I've just showed you, apart from LCA, which is just a wee bit under 100%, more like 90%, but still, there's about an average, we're talking 100% plus return on investment even before the merger took place if you had gone in earlier. You know, it's almost like a pre-IPO thing. It allows private investors or retail investors like us to invest in them before they go IPO. So it's like a pre-IPO thing, and even before the IPO, you can make, as you can see, 100% plus return on investment. And once the IPO takes place, we're talking probably another 100 or 200% or more returns on investments on those, and these SPACs, they're not good ones. There are some scam ones, you know, but you have to do your research. But these four, I believe, are really good ones, along with a couple of other ones. And if you know, I'm definitely going in 04, especially FMCI. That's the hot one. So do your own due diligence, have a look, research it yourself, have a look at them, take a look at them, you know, really dig into it. At the moment, I think the RSI is very high on all of them, so they probably dip a little bit, all of them dip just a little bit, and then that's when I'm going in again. And I've already actually gone in for FMCI 5-6 times. I've already done SHLL twice. GRAF and LCA I've done it once. GRAF I haven't touched yet, so after the RSI retrace and the price drops a bit, I'm definitely going to go in. FMCI might even be today, because Friday usually they dip a bit, but let's see. Thank you.